Finally, I have Vedant with me after a long time, and KL Rahul and Mayank Agarwal have absolutely decimated the opposition with their blistering innings. Especially Mayank Agarwal, what a hundred, his first hundred in the Indian T20 league. He looked absolutely fabulous. And one thing about these two players, they don't try to slog the ball. The way they hit the ball, it's absolutely fabulous. The timing plus destruction. What a fabulous combo, Vedant. Welcome back after a long time. How are you feeling after the innings?
Yeah, right. I was about to come to that because I just missed the pre-show and match till live. It looks like I am not there for last 10 days. But I think it's a good introduction by you, Yuvraj. Thank you so much for telling users that I was unavailable. But coming to your point, I think it has been a destructive innings, colossal, astonishing. I don't know. I think I will be out of adjectives and adverbs. But it has been some show by Kings 11 Punjab. We have seen how destructive a side can be in these conditions at Sharjah. And once again, the team batting first have been able to utilize the conditions very properly and have shown that you can hit big and you can score big on this wicket.
Odd decision to bowl first, I think, because in the last match they did bat first, 216 they got on the board, and after that, you know that it's such a small ground. The wicket is an absolute mirror where it doesn't do much for the bowlers, and I think they should have batted first, but as it happened, KL Rahul and Mayank Agarwal opening the innings. What an absolutely humongous partnership. Mayank Agarwal looked so fluent anywhere he was getting the ball. If it was in the arc, it was out the park. Even if it wasn't, miss hits were also going out of the park. You expected that at Sharjah. That's exactly what we've got. 223 on the board. Rajasthan will have a tough time chasing, but still the heads won't be down because they know that they can still chase this down. It's a really good wicket for batting. Small boundaries, they're in with more than a chance.
Well, I'm actually not happy with the ground as well because even if you mistime the ball, it's going out of the park. So it is not only batsman class; it's also injustice on the bowlers. Because in every game you are seeing 216, 223. Though if you are seeing it from a viewer eye, you will feel good that every ball is going out of the park. But if you see it from a cricketing eye, is that the ground to play a tournament like Indian T20 League?
To,
Maybe
to
yes, maybe no.
I think it's too small, definitely, because it looks odd on screen. जहाँ पे सर्कल खत्म होता है वहीं पे almost boundary दिख जाती है हमें. तो we don't see a lot of twos. Good ground for viewership, I think, for the fans, of course, because you see such humongous sixes, not just going out of the ground, going out of the stadium as well. So many balls getting lost. That's also another loss. But I think, yeah, they need to have a look at it because it's a really small ground. Even I think Chinnaswamy is bigger than this ground, if I may say that. It does look like that. It's a really small ground, and it's whenever the balance between bat and ball gets distorted, it isn't good for cricket in general. But still, we got to make do with what we have, and at least the tournament's happening.
And you can see there is just an opposite performance from Rahul Tewati as well. Last game he was the hero, and today 1 over 19 runs.
Yeah, you'll have these sort of days if you're a bowler, if you're especially if you're a leg spinner, because not in every game you can turn up and fool the batsman with your leggies. It happens, and he just got 1 over today, so it happens. Not so much of a disappointment. In the last match, he bowled beautifully, and he showed that he's come back this year with intent. Last time also he did look good, but his performance with the bat overshadowed his performance with the ball. But his main skill, his prime skill, is his bowling. So I think he needs to focus on that, and he did really well in the first match. He looks good for the tournament. I think this performance won't matter much, I think.
Yuvraj, one question which seems to be popping up ever since the start of the tournament: how will Jaydev Unadkat perform? First game, not a good show. Today again, 3 overs 30. Is it more to do with Sharjah or he is lacking skills at the highest level now?
It's been a long time now that he's not been consistent in this format. It's opposite for him. Most players, they establish their form during the IPL, but it's opposite for Jaydev Unadkat. In domestic cricket, he's absolutely fabulous. every season, day in, day out, he takes 35 plus wickets for Saurashtra in the Ranji season. Even in the limited overs format, he does really well. Come the IPL, he's struggling. He's always struggling. I don't know the reason behind it, because I think he's not suited for the T20 game. That's what I think. Because in Test cricket, we've seen that the red ball does suit him. He does swing the ball. He has that tendency to take it away from the left-hander. He can also bring it in with those cross seamers. यहाँ पे आपके पास टाइम नहीं है T20 क्रिकेट में विकेट बिल्ड करने का, और क्योंकि नाइम के पास स्पेस है, इनकी स्लोअर बॉल्स इतनी स्लो आ जाती हैं कि बैट्समैन पिक करके उसी के बाद बाउंड्री मार देता है इन्हें. He is struggling. I think he's been struggling for a long time now, and not good signs.
Yeah, I was about to come on the slower deliveries क्योंकि हर दूसरी बॉल आपकी slower delivery हो रही है, and that is also a short of length delivery. अगर आप वही डालते रहेंगे तो now batsmen are also prepared that if Jaydev Unadkat is bowling, I need to just wait for the ball to come to me and I will smash it out of the park. And that's exactly what we saw against Chennai. That's exactly what we saw against Punjab. And if you are bowling slow deliveries to batsmen like Mayank Agarwal and KL Rahul, who seems to be in the best of touch, I think you are lacking somewhere.
Yeah, he's missing a trick. I think he's become too predictable for me. 5 out of 6 balls are slower balls. Sometimes 6 out of 6 balls are slower balls. So the batsman will just wait on the back foot and he'll just hit you all day long if you keep bowling like this. Of course, you'll also save some runs on slow wickets. If you bowl back of a length and you bowl slow, you might save some runs on slow wickets. But the best thing to do to stem the flow of runs is to take wickets. And I don't think he's in that frame of mind to take wickets, I think.
I was about to come to that point to take wickets. 183 for first wicket. How does it feel?
It must be feeling good for Mayank Agarwal and KL Rahul. Mayank Agarwal waited a long time to get his international cap. Now he's also waited a long time to get his first T20 100. And it must be a great feeling after that first game, losing that match after scoring 89. And today he'll want this knock to be in a winning cause. Because
Right.
last time it was 89 in a losing cause, that a match that they should have won. Last time around, KL Rahul played a winning knock. So it becomes even more special. It's already very special for Mayank Agarwal. But if this turns into a winning knock, if Punjab are able to get a win out of this, it will be doubly special, I think.
Yuvraj, let's talk about a point because before the start of the tournament, many saw Punjab as the underdogs of the tournament. Now you see their first game against Delhi, they almost outclassed Delhi. They ended up on the losing note but showed the world that they belong to this stature. In the second game against Bangalore, it was one-sided and they were able to prove their worth. In the third game, they have posted the highest total of the tournament thus far. So where are the questions of underdogs now?
I think
Yes,
again it's
doing the best of stuff as a captain, or is it team which is coming out well?
I think again, Vedant, when we see Punjab, again, it's a little too early to judge. We've seen so many times they've won 3, 4 games on the trot out of the first 6, 7 games. Then they lose the plot in the latter half because their middle order has always been a problem. एक जो हमने चीज अभी तक नहीं देखी है, their middle order, their Sarfaraz Khan down the order, Jimmy Neesham down the order, they haven't still been exposed. Even for that matter of fact, Karun Nair, he's also not been exposed early in the innings. So we haven't seen much because their opening combination is doing so well. They're guiding them to wins. So it's looking all good at the moment. But I think going into the tournament, as we see more of their batting, as we see more of the middle order, Sarfaraz Khan hasn't had a good bat out there in the middle. Again, as I mentioned, Jimmy Neesham and so many more others. So we'll see how it goes. Too early to judge, Vedant. I still think they're underdogs going into this tournament.
I still see them as a good side, Yuvraj, but I
Very
definitely
good side.
think
That's not a question, of course.
yeah. Let's move to our next segment, and that is, of course, best tweets of first innings. The first is, of course, by Amey Kulkarni. He says RR going in with an extra bowler instead of batsman on a batting friendly wicket hasn't worked well so far. They might be just a batsman short now while chasing this. What's
I
your
think to an extent, he's right. I think Ame Kulkarni, because I was a bit surprised when they left out Yashasvi Jaiswal, to be honest. I thought he'll be opening with Josh Butler, and Steve Smith might
No,
have come.
Smith will not be opening today. That's 100% sure. I think it will be Josh Butler and Sanju Samson with Steve Smith coming at number 3.
I don't think that's 100% Vedant. You might be surprised that Steve Smith comes out to open. I think he will come out to open. We'll just have to wait for a bit, because last time around also Sanju Samson came in at number 3. This time also I think that will happen, and Steve Smith I think will open with Josh Butler. That's what I think. Maybe that won't happen, but I think he's right. This Ame Kulkarni, that they went in with an extra bowler, might have worked against. But again, if you see it from the flip side, it's also a batsman's game for the other side. And going in with an extra bowler might be a benefit to you. You might be able to stop the flow of runs. So he's partially right. He's also partially wrong, because going in with that extra bowler might be a strategy to stop runs or to take wickets. So you can see it from.
That did not happen because 223 already on board with Tom Jofra Archer in your side. It did not work in your favor. So I think Ame has a point.
That's
But
what he's partially right. Because it didn't happen. That's why he's partially right, because it didn't work for them.
All right, let's move to the next tweet now. That's from Debo Jyoti Sarkar at the rate DJ Sarkar 18. Very unfair on Miller's point of view. He got dropped without even facing a ball in the last game, and he got out due to Smith's negligence. Poor judgment. He deserved a chance at Sharjah. Well, to be very honest with you, Yuvraj, I don't think that's the case, because you can only play 4 overseas players. Now you need Steve Smith. You have somebody like Josh Butler in your side. It's not being unfair on David Miller. It's about the combination of the team. That's what I believe. Tom Curran and Jofra Archer were needed in the side. Unfortunately, they were not able to produce performance with the ball. But I think the combination with which Steve Smith stepped onto the field wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I think they needed Tom Curran in their bowling department, because they needed that extra seamer. अगर टॉम करन को नहीं खिलाया होता तो उनके पास जॉस बटलर और जयदेव उनादकत होते. And I think even they know they can't trust Jaydev Unadkat every time. And as we see Punjab going out there in the middle, I think they needed Tom Curran.
Yeah, let's quickly see the scorecard as well. So Punjab has posted 223 runs on the board and lost 2 wickets, both openers, one at 69. That's of course the captain KL Rahul. Mayank Agarwal smashed his first Indian T20 League 106 from him from just 50 deliveries, 10 boundaries and 7 massive sixes. Glenn Maxwell scored 13, and Nicholas Puran, I think he did well for his 25 after being dropped by, of course, Robin Uthappa. So 25 for him, 8 deliveries, 1 boundary and 3 sixes. Not much to look at if you are a Rajasthan fan, because everybody went for runs. Jofra Archer, 4 overs, 46 runs, 11 runs per over, 11.5 runs per over. And only Ankit Rajput could pick a wicket. And of course, Tom Curran. Final questions, Yuvraj. Can they chase it?
It's all Punjab for me at the moment. I think Punjab's going to do it. They're going to make it 2 out of 3. What do you think?
Well, just waiting to see who are the openers. One is Josh Butler.
Of course. Suspense, Vedant, a lot of suspense.
So I'm just waiting to see the other openers. Who is the other opener? 150 strike rate, 1,386 runs from him. And Steve Smith. So Yuvraj gets it right. So they have a new pair now. I was expecting Sanju Samson to come in, but it's Steve Smith now. So 2 overseas to open. Now the middle order will definitely open if one of them actually gets out. I was expecting Steve Smith to anchor the innings, but that's not the case. Sheldon Cottrell to bowl the first over, and let's move to the live action straight away.